on here. Mary Strand and Ryan Smith, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Yes. I'm going to ask, it seems funny to ask somebody. Tell us how you first got into music, and maybe Mary, we'll start with you.
Mine is more strange because I grew up not playing music. So
Yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah.
I grew up playing sports, and in and then I became a novelist, and I was writing a 4-book young adult series called The Bennett Sisters, and in it features a basement band, a high school basement band, and in the 4th book in the series, the protagonist is Lydia Bennett, the bad girl of the Bennett family, and she bragged to everyone that she could play guitar. She had never touched one, and so she decided she could learn guitar in a week, and so she had to take lessons. I knew nothing about playing guitar, so I signed up for lessons. My kids were taking lessons, and I just signed up at the same place, and
Wow.
So that's how it started, and then it ended a few years later. And a few years after that, a friend of mine talked me into playing a jam band at Twin Town Guitars.
Okay.
Where they do the 4 times a year. They do about an 8-week thing, and at the end you do a gig. So that's how it all started.
I think that's awesome. It just it makes it. I had a kid who did Suzuki violin, and they thought maybe I should do that with her. I was like, no, thank you. So I'm mad respect for you doing that, because I was like, that just sounds
turn down things too.
But yeah, I mean, could you imagine? Can you picture yourself talking to yourself at that age, where you'd be like, yeah, someday you're going to do this more full time?
Yeah, I know. I can't even imagine.
Ryan, I know you.
I've been doing this a long time.
Yep.
So the question was
How first? How do you first? Like, what drew you to music the first day?
Well, the first thing I truly remember really, really getting hooked on music was I played trombone in school band, and at the time I cared more about. Thought I was going to be an electrical engineer. Of course, this is like 6th grade, so how serious about being an electrical engineer can you be? But I was into robotics and science, and then I played with the school jazz band, and we played this song that goes bum 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 now, bum 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 now, and there's a drum beat, and I was like, oh my god, and I was grinning so big that I couldn't even stop. I was like, I can't even play this thing because I'm grinning too big, and the rush was incredible, and so I just from pretty much then on decided that's what I was going to do, and that's how I got into it. And my dad's record collection.
That's awesome. I there's the irony of, well, I thought I was going to be an electric engineer, but it turned out being a musician was more legit for me.
Yeah.
I just love that. That's,
yeah.
Well, tell us how you guys got, or I should give you a chance. You want to tell us about some of the other bands you're playing with? That's up to you.
Sure. I mean, so well.
You have I
have a lot of irons in
His
the
favorite
fire.
You
one
do.
is Mary Strand on the Garage.
Yes, yes, and that's what we'll come back to here in a second.
So that's
but yes,
a no-brainer. But so yes, I do. So that longtime band, the Melismatics, Ryan and Pony, Soul Asylum, and Ultra Bomb.
Yeah.
And probably some more that I'm forgetting. No offense to anyone I just forgot that I'm in your band.
But I think you've done such a nice job of lifting up so many different bands, and I'm thinking specifically Loki's Folly. But yeah, I mean, I think that you.
Oh yeah, so then I also produce other bands, and I'm managing and producing Loki's Folly, and we're running a record label as well, and so there's a lot of irons in the fire. But I was just it all takes a lot of time. It's all really fun.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good, because years ago we had you and Pony in studio. That was fun.
And I'm wearing the Loki's Folly t-shirt.
Nice, nice way to represent. How did you two get together?
Through Twin Town. I needed a new guitar teacher, and my friend Cher called me up and said, I have the person for you. And it was Ryan. It was a Tuesday, and our first lesson was that Friday. And he kept pushing me to do, more things. So I'd been doing these, at that point, I had been doing a year's worth of the Twin Town showcase band. So 4 times a year. I usually did it 3 times a year. And so that fall, another showcase was coming up, and I was probably in a band. But but I wasn't doing vocals in bands
Okay.
at that point. And Ryan said, do you want to do a duet at the showcase? And I said, no, not at all. And
Fair. That's fair.
Being patient, he asked again, and then we did that for the first time. That was very cool. That fall.
To get to what I was saying before, Ryan, you do such a great job of lifting musicians up in lots of different ways. But
He's very pushy. Yes.
I think that's
very
a good.
pushy.
But in this really nice way.
Politely pushy.
But I can only imagine how. I'm trying to think if it would be scarier to do a solo song or scarier to do a duet with somebody the first time.
Can I tell the scariest story that happened to you at one of our showcases?
Oh, please.
Please.
We were playing Runaway Train,
Oh, God.
and I was backing her up, but for her voice, we capoed up at least to the 3rd fret or something. Second fret.
Yeah,
Okay.
but still we keep on.
But in the audience was Mr. Dave Perner
Oh.
at the showcase, and so he just decided to come up and
I was
start
gonna say.
to play. And while we're in mid song,
In fact,
and
I was
she
in
looked
the
terrified,
the
but-
guitar solo. I was doing the solo
Yes.
on it because it's a learning experience
Yeah.
instead of Ryan doing it, obviously.
and then I think if memory serves me correctly, he actually kind of just took the guitar out of your hand. Is that or
First, he fought with you over
no? To
your
get my guitar. Okay.
and then the. So I
We
mean,
were
I was.
fighting. And there's like fists in the air.
Yeah, I heard and felt this whoosh behind me. He ran behind me on stage, went over to Ryan, and then afterwards, people told me that the two of them were fighting over. I mean, that's how they described it. That they were struggling over.
Oh
Ryan's
no!
guitar.
Okay, I remember what happened.
And I
It's
thought
like
he got it from you.
somebody had a capo and somebody didn't, and
I did. So when I finished my solo,
yes,
and we're just going into the outro, so it's really basic chords, no
Yeah.
big deal. So Dave had the decency not to interrupt my solo, which was hard enough. And so then he came over. He left you, came over to me, and just stood there until I pulled my guitar.
Yeah, he's got a few
I mean, just
inches
like,
on you.
He's obviously going to. I could take him. And then he just holds out his hand, and I looked at it, and I put my pick in the hand, and then he looks at the guitar, and he's like, you know what? Because there's a capo
right.
on it.
That's why I didn't give him the guitar the first time because
Did yours have a
I
capo?
knew I don't remember, but I knew that
Oh, probably.
it was being played differently than he was used to, and that that was not going to go the
Jarring?
way.
It would be jarring,
It would
shall
be
we
jarring
say?
and confusing. And sure enough, there was a moment of some serious confusion. But I don't remember. You have a way better memory than I do.
Well, it was
how,
kind of a vivid experience.
yeah.
I call that the best and worst musical experience
absolutely.
of my life at the same time.
Absolutely. I hope someone got a video for you.
They did, and that was unfortunate.
It's being held for ransom.
I have to pay them a small amount every month.
Every month,
As long as I
totally
live.
worth it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Again, that would be jarring as well to have
Yeah,
that happen. I
was.
mean,
But cool. I mean, you
oh,
know,
absolutely.
it's very cool.
Absolutely.
But really horrible. Yeah.
Cool in a horrible way. Well, those experiences. You're both holding instruments. Would you like to play a song?
We are.
Could you please play a song?
Oh my gosh.
I brought my
You're
kazoo.
right.
I brought my kazoo. Oh no!
Oh.
It's a guitar. Oh my
Guitar.
god.
Okay. Let's see if this is in tune. Sort of. Okay.
Let's see if this is in tune. Yes.
Okay. What are we gonna play, Mary Strand?
Should we play my South Beach song?
Okay.
I mean, it's called A Place to Roam, but I go to South Beach every winter for about 5 days to just walk around and get warm. And I usually write a song. So the
That's-
one South Beach song is wound up on each of my 2 albums.
I see a lot of music, so my hearing's not the best. I was like, South Beach. That's an interesting South Beach. Makes so much more sense.
It's kind of South Beach.
It's kind of, I kind
So
of like
what
that
did you
spin.
think it was?
South.
Beach.
South Beach.
South
That's-
You know,
Beach.
that's actually
That
kind
should
of
be
accurate.
a name of a song. That's a great
I
name.
know.
So there you go. It's all yours.
I'm going to
I'll
South
tell you
Beach.
everything I think you've said because I'm so deaf. Please play, sorry.
Okay. Am I starting this?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Get ready.
an art form. My agent's going insane. She'll do anything to make me right. She might even have a brain, so I guess I'll have to work all night. Even without a margarita, the sure feels like the good idea, but it's not home, and I'm not here to stay. It's just a place to roam.
Mary Strand and Ryan Smith in studio.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love that.
It's a fun song.
Well, and singing about writing makes me think how you write books and you write songs.
Yes.
How are those the same and how are those different?
And one quick point before that is that I get prompts from my songwriting group, and the prompt that week when I was in South Beach was novel.
Oh.
And I thought, well, this is an easy one, no problem. To me, so songwriters all do it differently, and I almost without exception write the words first, and a lot of songwriters play around on their guitar or piano first and get the basic music, if not the melody. And to me, I'm writing a story, so I'm writing a really short novel, and because my novels might be double spaced, 300 to 400 words, unless it's a kid's novel, and my songs are 2 pages. Ha! No problem. So I just so to me it's words.
Did you mean 300 to 400 pages?
Pages. Did I? What did
You
I say?
said words.
Oh God.
So
Sorry.
that is like wait.
Pages.
A minute.
Pages. Yeah. So they're 80 to 100,000 words. Yeah. Usually. Some. Well, if it's teenage, it's a little shorter. So 70 to 100,000 words.
This is straight. I'm tempted to ask, is one easier than the other? But what I'm really thinking of is I always say it's harder to write when I have to write speeches and stuff like that. It's harder to write something that's going to be 5 minutes than 25 minutes. That from that perspective, like is it harder to edit down? Is one easier than the other?
Well, on words, songs are easier. I mean, it's a lot
Yeah.
shorter. And I've started writing. I've written a couple children's sports novels recently, and so those are 30 or 40 pages as opposed to 300 or 400. So anything shorter is better in my mind.
That's fair.
And then so a book would take the fastest book I ever wrote, the first draft, was a month, and that is fast.
That's
it's like
fast.
lightning.
Yeah.
And I was doing National Novel Writing Month when you try to write at least 50,000 words. It's November every year. It's kind of a big deal for writers. So a song, I mean, the fastest I've done a song is probably a couple hours.
Yeah.
So it's easier.
Well, and since you've started writing songs, has that changed the way that you write novels? Do you
Yes,
get
I don't have enough time to write novels.
Oh, that's fair.
It has not changed the novels, but I've been writing. So I've written the last 2 books have actually been children's ones. I'm technically working on revising a couple young adult novels right now, and so I haven't written a brand new young adult or adult novel in a few years. Because I was doing a lot of revisions, and I put out 3 adult novels in 2022, and that was all revisions, books I'd written before, which is a totally different concept.
Yeah, I imagine
from writing first draft. Yeah,
I would think that the original writing would be more fun than the revision, but I don't know that.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But I have friends who think the
Everybody,
revisions
yes,
are
different strokes.
more fun. One thing I will say is that I've been writing. I've been edited by people I have no problem being edited. And so if someone says, blah, 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 usually Ryan and Mark Wade, who I also work with on my songs, they don't say much about the words to my songs, although I might say, well, what do you think of that? And they'll make a face, or something. So, but I'm happy as a clam to revise a song. So it's not, nothing's written in stone.
Right.
So I find that easy. And I think partly because I've been writing so long.
Yeah, I imagine. You had a new album come out this last summer.
Yes.
Tell us about. It's some very, very empowering.
It is.
Yeah.
So the album is called "I Don't Need Your Permission," which I think tells you everything you need to know about the album. It came about by accident. I released my first album in 2023, and it takes a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of torture of Ryan to put out an album. And so I wasn't even thinking about the next album, not at all. And then in early winter, like December, January, February, mostly, of end of 23 to 24, but I was desperately sick. I was unbelievably sick. Had 2 near-death experiences. Ooh. I was in the hospital. I was, when I wasn't in the hospital, I couldn't do anything. I had, what do you call those things? Stents.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't even go for a walk around the block.
Oh.
I couldn't eat anything, and it was just even worse than that. It was so bad, and so all I could do literally was sit down, and while I was sitting down, I wrote songs, and I was kind of angry because it wasn't fun.
No.
And I had 3 different surgeries, each 3 weeks apart.
Oh.
I nearly died after 2 of them. The 3rd one, they just stuck me in the hospital and said, "You're gonna just stay here until we think you're fine."
Wow.
And so I was just mad, and so I was getting these prompts from my songwriting group, and any prompt just made me think anger.
I was gonna say prompt is sunshine. Hate sunshine.
Yeah, it would have been like that. And so
yes,
I remember
understandably.
One right in there was Target, and it was Super Bowl Sunday, and Travis Kelce was in the Super Bowl, and Taylor Swift was there, and everyone was going wah 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 about, well, how dare she go to her boyfriend's games? I mean, like, whatever. And so the song, that's For All of Us, Dear Taylor, is a song about standing up to those losers, and then another one was it was for the song Least of All Her. And the prompt was, is sitting right here, and I just blanked on what it was, but it really made me mad. Oh, slip up. It was slip up. And usually when I get a prompt, the first thing I do, even though you may not wind up rhyming that particular word, that word may not even be in the song.
Yeah.
But for some reason, first thing I think is, oh, what's a rhyme for that? So slip up, and I thought hiccup. And then about a minute later, I was just so angry. I was so angry, and all I could think about was how was domestic violence, and when, especially when young men do it, and they are just completely forgiven by the police, the courts, the public, their families, everyone's families, and like the poor girl, she must have worn the wrong outfit, and she must have blah blah blah,
drank too much,
or how dare she say no to him because he just wanted a date. And anyway, so that song poured out of me. And that's kind of how those prompts went. And as luck would have it, normally in our songwriting group, every year but that year, I almost think the universe ordained it. Every year but that year, we do the prompts every 2 weeks in the winter. In the summer, every week. And so you have time in between. They did it once a week right then. So I'm nearly dead. I'm in the hospital. It's really horrible. And yet I've got a prompt every week. And so it captured, those 10 weeks captured what was going on in my life.
I hate to say it, but it made for great music.
Thank you. I know. I just have to.
I don't want you to.
That
I was going to say. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's something to be said when you feel a passion greatly, whether it's. I think that's why people write a lot of breakup songs because it's a time when that's kind
I
of
love
all.
breakup songs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that is all consuming.
Yes.
You know, in a similar but not the same way as being in the.
Yeah.
Yeah. What good use of time? I mean.
It's the only thing I could do. I mean, I guess I could read, but I was just sitting on my daughter's favorite sofa. Thankfully, she wasn't in town because she would have pushed me off of it. And so now I think of that as my songwriting couch. So if she is in town, it's kind of a tricky thing. But I like to just sit there and write songs because it helps recapture that feeling.
I was going to ask, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then you can recreate it in a
yes.
controlled where you
It
have
changed how I write
control.
the songs very much.
I loved that. I mean,
Thank
I'm part of Women's March, you know, so it spoke in so many different ways, and it also sort of, I mean, it very much coincides with what's going on with the world, you know, so it's very timely as far as that goes.
Yeah.
Would you like to play one of those songs for us?
Yes.
Should we,
Which one?
maybe we should do this because it's kind of.
Because we just talked
Well,
about it?
yeah, can we just
It's
talk?
going to be easier for me if I stand and play. I'm always, I get songwriter shows with other songwriters where you play a few songs and they're all sitting on their stools and I always stand up to play because it's just easier, but I also don't fall off the stool then when I'm playing, which I was kind of doing on that first song.
Oh, we'd like you not to fall.
So we're going to play Least of All Her.
Yeah.
Let me just make sure my cable's working. Yes.
Oh yeah.
You always count in. I'm a terrible counter.
1, 2, 3, 4.
They all called it a minor hiccup. Whistle beat boys, understandable slip up. An accident, no big deals if I shouldn't feel hurt or scared, let alone missed. And the charges got dismissed. And you got off scot-free.
Yeah, Mary Strand and Ryan Smith on Mostly Minnesota Music on WMCN 91.7 FM in St. Paul.
And that was Ryan's lovely guitar solo.
Yeah.
That song. I know you're expecting it to
Pretty
be
good.
from me, but no, it's not.
It was, yeah, that song just really, I listened to this, it really struck me. I mean, and we're on a college campus, and I think for music like that to speak to people.
Yeah.
Because for a long time we were not given the message where you should be speaking out about that. It was, they wouldn't even bring it to the principal or the dean or the police because it's not going anywhere.
Right.
You'll ruin your own reputation.
Exactly.
So thank you for writing a song like that.
Thank you. One interesting thing is that when I first played it, it wasn't with the band. First 2 or 3 times was at like a singer-songwriter night, and when the night was done, 1 or 2 women would come up to me quietly, like they went apart from whoever they were with, to say, "Thank you very much for playing that. Thank you very much for writing that." So I think it really strikes people. I mean, I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. Yes. It strikes too many people. I think it's so powerful to have. That's cathartic for them to hear it, but then to have a forum where you can talk a little bit about it, and then maybe they did say something to their people in the car on the way home.
Yeah, maybe they did.
But I especially think because I have daughters. I'm like, yeah, you have.
Yes, we have talked
see
about
something,
that.
say something.
I
See
got
something,
one
say
daughter,
something.
and yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Excuse me. What else are you what have you got coming up?
We're working on shows. I was playing so many shows after the album came out, both solo and band. And my daughter, meanwhile, moved to Paris to go to grad school. And so, naturally, being a really good mother, I had to go to Paris too. And so I just got back from Paris and London. And so we're booking shows now. And the next thing in the works otherwise is a Christmas rock album that will come out next year.
Oh, fantastic.
And I've already written the songs for it. 5 of them are co-writes with friends of mine from the singer-songwriter group, Sarah Morris, Ted Heineshevitz, Doyle Turner, Amanda B. Perry, and Katie Tessman. I was about to say Katy Perry. It's like, no, that's not right. Katie Tessman.
Doing another one with Katy Perry.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, another one. Yeah, that's an Easter song. Yeah. No, that's a joke. Sorry.
Quick, get that one on tape. Cut out the last bit. I think the singer-songwriter group is so strong. I mean, one, you are very supportive of each other, but
Yes.
I really like that. And it's awesome that they went weekly for you when you needed it.
Yes.
But I just think it's helpful to have that kind of prompt every day.
It is, because otherwise, in fact, we have 20 prompts a year, and I do them all. I joined the group in 2020, and in a whole year, I only do 20 to 25 songs. So most of mine are prompt songs, and I think that's true of most people in the group. Even Sarah Morris, she had her album release last night.
Yeah,
at
Dakota.
And she said that most of the songs on her album are from the singer-songwriter prompts.
It's fun to listen to people play little snippets or online for a while to hear the different takes that people have.
Yes.
Your song prompted from Slip Up. Somebody else might do it about falling in the shower or about banana peels or.
Oh, it's hilarious because in fact, I never listened to any other songs before I.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't. Yeah.
And recorded mine, and most of us, I think, are the same way. But I remember Target. Obviously, a couple people had it about the store, and but they were all over the map. One was like hunting season, blah blah blah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, they come up with really different takes. And sometimes we do. It's become more and more popular to do co-writes, which is why I did 5 for the Christmas album. And sometimes if you do a co-write, you record the video together if you happen to be in the same room. So I've done it twice with Sarah now, and we do it in her big green bathroom.
The big green bathroom, yes.
And but sometimes you can't connect with them. You're doing the whole thing online or Zoom or whatever. And so then you'll see the 2 different people play it, and they play it differently.
I would think
It's
so.
very fun.
That would an interesting way to approach it. I just think that's awesome. Would you guys like to play another song?
Sure. We will now do the other one I mentioned for all of us, Dear Taylor. And I will slam my chair against the floor.
Very rock and roll.
So I can
very,
stand
very
up
rock
and
and
be
roll.
very rock and roll.
Uno, dos, tres.
You're a kid with a dream, and really you are still. Maybe you're not everything you seem. You're still climbing up that hill. They want you to believe they don't, while they waste their lives in obscurity. They hate it that you won't soothe their fragile insecurity. Live each day with a target on your back. The more you slay, the more they attack. Stay the course, girl, light it on fire, but then go low, keep reaching higher for all of us. All of us. Success gives us a beacon of hope, while we wish they'd all go away. We teach a class on how to cope, but we don't have time for that today. Show us how to live without fear. Keep giving them gas while they're stuck in first gear. Stay the course, don't light it on fire, but they don't know. Keep reaching higher for all of us. All of us. Haters gotta hate, though your wins are their loss. Just keep standing tall, you're the boss. Cause their so-called rocks land like puffs of air, and your eyes tell the world that you don't care. Stay the course, girl, light it on fire, but they don't know. Keep reaching higher for all of us. All of us.
Perfect.
Well, maybe not perfect, but that was very fun at the end.
It was very fun. Actually, we're watching you sing that, and I think you could go into music therapy where people do prompts with music, because I can see how cathartic it must have been to write an
Yes.
angry song about a poor target.
Yeah.
I mean, just to be able to channel that energy into songwriting instead of whatever else is going on. I
agree. And it makes me really identify with this album, because I really lived this album more than like Golden Girl, and I love that album.
Yeah.
But for that, we just took, I think I'd written about 80 songs at the point that I put that out. It was just like time to do my first album. In fact, Ryan was the one who said, time to do your first album. And so we wound up with a theme of love. So we were like pulling songs, love, breakups, requited, unrequited, blah, blah, blah. That comes out of me too, things that have happened to me or friends of mine or whatever. But this was like so on the nose. It was really happening to me right then. So it was fun.
There just is an intensity to the album that comes through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a little misery?
Yeah.
But I just think that's awesome.
And one song on the album, Does Any of This Really Matter? Which we have never yet played live. It's the only song we haven't played live because it's in open D tuning, so we all have to change our guitars, and kind of gums up your guitar to do that. Just temporarily. but it's like, does any of this really matter? And it was all about what happens in life and all the mostly bad. You know, it was focused more on like the aging process and you know, losing your parents and having fights and taking care of. In fact, the prompt was sports ball, which is, and I'm a big athlete. I've never even heard the word before.
Oh, really?
But it made
That's because it's for non-athletes. I say
know,
sports ball all the time.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I just thought sports, and my knees have been wrecked by sports. And so one of the first lines was, you know, limping through life on failing knees.
Oh.
So, you know, so it was all about that. And then trying to avoid the latest disease because we're not too far off of that.
Right.
Not at all off of it.
No, that's, yeah. No, I just love this album.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we are going to look forward to seeing some shows on the calendar.
Yes, we are
Yes.
actively working on
We're
that.
actively working on that as of the other day.
Okay.
And
Ryan
we
may know
already
more
have.
than I do.
I know more than Mary knows about it, and some shows TBA to be
Awesome.
announced.
Where can people follow you so they can find out when they get announced?
Mary Strand Music on Facebook and Mary Strand Music on Instagram.
And my website is marystrand.com, surprisingly enough. And one page is called Find Me. So that will list everything. And it also has my books.
I was going to say, you guys
So-
the books too, which is nice.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah. Ryan, you got anything coming up you want to, non-Mary related? You want to?
What?
Well, this is all about
Not
Mary
Mary
today.
related.
so-
Okay,
so
okay.
I will not.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
Well, I will say that. Okay, there is
I
one
was
thing I
teasing.
will say. I should say. Another artist on the label, Stoner Tribals, have a record coming out on the 24th, and they are celebrating a show at the Hook and Ladder Mission Room or the Zen Arcade Room
Zen
on
Arcade.
the 23rd. And I'm opening as doing an acoustic set. Paviel French is also on.
Oh,
that.
wow. Haven't seen.
And
Wow.
so that is a must-go-to event for anyone who wants to go. It's optional, but it's a must-go-to event.
Noted.
A must
If you
not
want Ryan
miss.
to keep
Attendance
talking.
will be taken. Attendance will be taken. Yeah, and they're fantastic. We had Jenna on the show
Yeah.
over the summer. Time.
I know.
I just want to say thank you so much for coming here, playing some music. This has been awesome.
Thanks for having us.
I know. I looked at the clock and I'm like,
Great talking
oh,
to you
holy
both.
buckets. It's, yeah. So thank you, Mary Strand. Thank you, Ryan Smith. We're go back and play some music, some canned music.
Thank
What do we
you.
listen to?
Yeah, let's do C.D. Hawkins from Doomtree.
Thank you, guys.